Good day, everybody. On this Monday morning, the 9th of November 2020. Bit dull, bit overcast, but autumnal, I think, is a good word to describe it. Kids loved kicking through the leaves this morning on the school run, so I guess that's a good thing, isn't it? That's something to be thankful for, that we go through these seasons, don't we? And it brings new beauty every year. I don't think it ever ceases to amaze me just how beautiful the world is with colours. I know that Sarah loves the different colours of trees at the moment. So there's always something out there to lift our spirits. It sometimes just needs a bit of investigation, doesn't it? It's not always obvious. And this week, I thought I'd go a little bit more serious with the podcast. It's not too serious, but certainly a bit more serious because we're in that remembering time of the year, aren't we? We seem to dedicate this time to wearing the poppies and remembering the fallen and the victims and what took place, many years ago in the 1940s and, in the First World War in the 1910s, 19 teens. And I guess what happened in the Gulf conflict, the Falklands War, there's been many, hasn't there? To think there's still wars going on in the world right now, it's not a historical event. It's still current. There will always be those people wanting to make the world a harder place to live in, and then there will always be the forces trying to eradicate that. The tyranny and the evil, the dictatorships that just want nothing but, I don't know, what do they want? What do they want? Like with Hitler, he wanted a pure race, a one almost looking race. And it's interesting to read that we know how horrendous the Holocaust was, but it wasn't just the Holocaust, was it? It wasn't just the Jews and say the Gypsies that were imprisoned and killed. It was disabled. It was those who were on the fringe of society, those who didn't fit in, the poor, the needy. A lot of them were eradicated. Yes, what happened? I think there was 6 million Jewish people were killed. And it's horrendous to think of that took place. But there was even more than that. As I say, there was disabled, there was ethnic, origin people who were just wiped out. It was just horrendous that one person could cause so much. But we know about the devil now. We read about him in the Bible, and we know there is pure evil in the world as well as pure goodness. And it does lead me to Proverbs 31, verses 8 to 9. I do like this. It's, open your mouth for the mute, for the rights of all who are destitute. Open your mouth, judge righteously, defend the rights of the poor and the needy. And the poor and the needy are us as well. We're needy. We don't have to search the streets for homeless people to find poor and needy. Poor and needy can be in our very own household. People when they're disabled, and people even with mental health issues were eradicated during Hitler's reign. To want a perfect world is not a want, is it? That's a demand, and it would never happen anyway. So that fruitless act and that annihilation of so many innocent people was just horrendous and needless. But what we can do about these things nowadays is look out for the poor and needy, those with mental disabilities, with disabilities, the ethnic minorities in our environment, in our communities. We can look out for these people and help them integrate, help them feel worth and wanted and loved. And we can talk to people, pray for people. We never want this sort of atrocity to happen again, do we? So anything good that we can pass on in the world now is definitely worthwhile, and it's worth doing. So in this remembrance time, let's obviously remember those amazing heroes who gave their lives, civilians and soldiers. We remember the victims, the millions upon millions of victims who just were led to their grave, weren't they? But let's remember the people nowadays as well. Let's remember those people who are suffering. Maybe they've served in the forces and are struggling. Maybe they're been made redundant or jobless and they're struggling. Maybe they're just needy because they can't talk to people who they normally talk to. Their social outlets have been shut down. So let's remember, everyone, because it does say defend the rights of the poor and needy. So let's do that. Let's defend the rights of the poor and needy with our love, compassion, and, well, with God by our side. God bless you guys. Stay safe. Please stay gelled up, and hopefully see you very soon.